Welcome everybody to another episode of The Lamp is On. I am Johnnie Perkins.
And I am Armoni Jones. This week's episode is going to be extra light. We're going to be talking about the Hamilton, reviewing it. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and tag 3 of your friends to come and watch.
We're going to head over to
Hamilton. It was so good. I'm on my second round of watching it again.
Overall, how do you rate Hamilton Broadway?
On a scale from what?
1 to 10.
10.
Wow.
It was that good. It was amazing. For me to never have seen Broadway in person, I was really amazed. The effects, the lines, the bars, and the singing, they were killing it, bro. For real. Let me tell you, this man, the bars were coming. I was like, oh, snap. And for it to be a history Broadway musical, I was like, it was really a story. Because then, my favorite song is Alexander Hamilton, the very first song. Well, now, all of that has changed. But before I watched the Broadway, my favorite song was Alexander Hamilton. And at the end, you know how he was like, me, I fought for him. Me, I trusted him. Me, I loved him. Me, yes, that's like that. I never knew how that story went down until after I finished watching it the first time. And when I went to restart it, and then that song is first, and I was like, oh snap! All of this is because I was like, that is so smart. But I was like, oh my god.
So would you go watch it in person if it was not just in New York?
Yes, I was actually supposed to go see it in May with the school, but because of Corona, they had to give me my money back. So,
Or thing they are struggling right now. Shouts out to those actors and actresses who are doing Broadway, who cannot do Broadway. They're saying now that they are closed. They've closed Broadway Boulevard until 2021.
oh, wow.
And so they are out of work for the rest of the year. So shouts out to you guys. We're going to be praying for you because this is going to be hard. It's hard for those who like to go see Broadway. I actually am a Broadway fanatic. I love Broadways. This has put a new perspective on things, though, because I've never seen a Broadway on this scale. And the reason why I say that is because have you ever seen a Broadway other than this one?
No, that was my first Broadway.
Well, let me tell you, the Broadways that I've seen, this has been the only one that has had no talking. There was singing and rapping from the opening
To the end.
to the closing. There was no conversation at all. Even the scene where he was about to die, where you thought it was talking because there was no music, that was actually a song.
So, yeah. Even some parts where they were, kind of talking, it would still sound like they were singing.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I say this was on another scale because, we'll let y'all know this is spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen it, click off here, go to Disney Plus, watch it, then come back.
Well, you already done told them that he died, so.
Oh, well. But if you know history, well, a lot of people wouldn't know because I actually didn't know that he died from a duel.
Duel, yeah, I didn't know that either.
And so while I watch these things, I actually do research. And so I find out about the different people as I was watching it. And it was amazing to see that, what is his name, Burr? Was a bad guy.
Yeah, he was a senator. And at first they were friends.
He was a really bad guy. And for him to have most of the songs in the Broadway was kind of interesting.
It was.
He was telling the story of him killing Hamilton.
Yeah. Like, they did, that thing was so good.
The funniest part about it was the king.
Yeah, I love his song. Let me tell you, I've been seeing that dot part, but I can't stop singing it. But it'd be like that da 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 da. That is the best part of the whole entire play. When he said that, I was like, "Oh my god!" And I can't stop saying it. I can, if I had $1 for every time I said that yesterday, boy, I have a good $100 right now. You feel me?
I actually loved it. Like, I still got to watch it over to see what's his connection. I know he was a king as they were preparing to.
He was the king in Great Britain at the time. So
what
it was, huh?
I'm confused. I don't know that part of history.
Okay, so during the time, this is when the American Revolution is getting ready to start. Well, before it, because Washington just became president. He is the king of Britain at the time. So you know how we're getting ready to fight Britain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is when all they're taxing us on tea and stuff like that. So that's why Lafayette, which was the man, I forgot his real name. It's something with D or something like that. The one with the curly hair who played the French general. Yeah, Lafayette. When the French was an ally to the United States, so that's why he said in Yorktown, which is a not a war, but it was a snap. It was a battle. There we go. It was the name of a battle. And the French, what they did was they came from sea and cut the British off from sea, and the United States cut them off by land. And that's how they were able to kill off the British and stuff like that. So the King George is basically telling his perspective of the stories and stuff like that. That's why he said, "I'll come and kill your whole family and your friends." Yeah, he was serious about that.
That was awesome, man. He really lightened up, like, because it wasn't a dark story, but he made you feel comfortable. Like, we weren't actually like him, but we actually liked him.
Like him. Yeah.
Like, even for Burr, we're not supposed to like him,
but we liked him.
We liked him, and so. Yes. Who was your favorite character? My favorite character was Thomas Jefferson.
I didn't see that.
So he was hood.
Yeah, he was. I can see that. I have a lot of favorite characters. Like, okay.
Just one. Dang.
I would have to say mine was Hamilton. He was such a boy. That man was bad. Like, when I say that man is a straight up player. Like, a straight up player, bro. Like, for real.
I was looking at all the sisters.
That's what I said. I said, like, it all clicked together the second time I watched it. And when I said the song at the end, and all of them were singing their parts, I said, oh my God. I really had to go back and rewatch that part like 3 times because I was like, oh my God, this man really said, they fought for you. Yeah, he trusted you. They loved you. And then he shot you. I was like, that is so clever. Like, oh my God. I was trying to figure out why was like Alexander Hamilton the very first song. And now I know why, because that was very good.
Summary. It was the summary of the whole play.
Yes, that was amazing. Like, I know all the lyrics to that song and everything. Like, that is my favorite song.
So is that still your favorite song? Or do you?
I don't know. Because I like some, like, the bars in some of their songs were amazing. Like, the lyrics, the words. It's just like the wordplay was like, oh my God. Like they're rapping like this, especially when Angelica was doing her part at the end of Helpless, and she was rapping. I said, "Oh." And my god sister, she was in here at the time, and I had it on speakerphone. And this was the second time I was watching it, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to go watch that. That sounds kind of nice." I see. I said, "Yeah, yeah."
Favorite song. It was my favorite song before I actually watched Hamilton. Was the Scarlet Sisters.
Oh, yeah.
I actually like that song. I don't know why, but I do. So
George Washington, he can sing.
yeah, I liked his song too. Like I actually saw them do. They did his song. I think they honored the creators of the show at was that the what is that awards that Obama used to do all the time that he was at.
The Obama used to do an award.
He didn't do the awards, but he was always there.
The Grammys, the BET Awards, the Oscars.
What is the name of that award where they honored them?
Oh God. I like the part where they were this is when Burr was telling Hamilton like he can become a rich son if he married like one of the Scarlet Sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had like it was him, Lauren, it was Hamilton, Lauren, and Burr, and they were in the front, and it was like, hey, I like that part. It was I was like, oh wow. I like that part.
It was the Kennedy Center honors.
Oh yeah, I would have never guessed that because I don't know what that is.
But they honored him or them at that award, and George Washington sung his song, and it was phenomenal. All of these characters were white men, but all these characters in the Broadway
Who played them? Yeah,
they played white people, but they were black. So I guess it made us look at history in a different light.
Mm-hmm.
Because we probably learned. I know I learned this stuff, but it like went over my head. It's like, okay, George Washington was the first president. Whoop-de-doo. Thomas
Washington was the first.
Yeah.
Jefferson was the third, wasn't it?
He was the third.
Okay.
Burr wanted to be the third.
Yeah, but then it was up to Hamilton because this is when they had the Congress in New York. Yeah, this is when they had, and I only remember that because in U.S. history, I took a class in U.S. history film, and we literally watched that movie with I forgot the name of the movie, but it's like a movie when all the congressmen go to New York to do the when they were getting ready to write the Constitution, and John Adams wrote the Constitution, but everybody signed off on it. Mm-hmm. Yes, we literally watched that movie. Oh my God, what is the name of that movie? I forgot. I'm pretty sure it'll come to me later. But yeah, we watched that. And that's the only reason how I knew what they were kind of talking about. So yeah.
Monty don't know the name of the movie, but if y'all know the name, please comment below.
The name of that movie.
The movie is, because she's not gonna remember.
I'm trying to think now, like, I don't know.
This is the thing that I love about Broadway is that they'll make you imagine things that you would never like. There's so many doors and walls to Broadway that is not in everything else. Like they were actually thinking about, they were supposed to make it into an actual movie, but Corona came, so they might be doing it next year. I hope they do, because it'd be nice to see them actually do this on the big screen. But watching it from the stage, it still seemed like a movie because of all of the walls that were broken to be able to produce this movie. Everybody won't be able to watch a Broadway because they wouldn't understand it.
Oh yeah, especially that one. If you're not gonna like it if you don't understand it.
Yeah, there's so many. Like, I don't want to watch it with somebody who is going to ask me a question every 5 seconds about what's happening now, because
What's going on?
that would confuse people if they weren't watching it carefully. Who was that? What was his character when he died?
Lauren. Lauren died. Lauren died, but he shot. He had a duel with a man.
No, I ain't talking about. It's another one that died. The light skinned boy. He died, and then he became Hamilton's son.
Yeah, that was Lauren.
That was Lauren?
Yeah, that was Lauren.
Okay, so he died in a duel?
No, he died in war. Somebody he got shot in war.
People, if they weren't into Broadway and all that stuff, they wouldn't understand that he actually was not coming back as a dead person.
Yeah.
He was coming back, like, actually he played their 9-year-old son. Full man playing 9-year-old son.
Your son.
And then he grew up and become, I think he was 19 when he died.
He was 19 in the duel. Yeah.
And so
they killed that man twice.
Yeah.
Killed that man twice.
But if you don't have that mindset, because you got to think about stuff when you
like that
away, because
like,
go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I was about to say like what you said when Mulligan and Lafayette and Lauren, when they were getting ready to make the switch into their new characters, Mulligan was like, he went back and did something. Lafayette was like, he went back to go fight for the war. And then Lauren was like, I'm right here with Hamilton. You remember that scene? He was like, I'm right here with Hamilton, and I helped him fight and stuff like that. That was right before the duel, the first duel. But then you can tell they switched parts after intermission, and they became all new people. Like Lafayette became Thomas Jefferson, Mulligan became Thomas Madison. That is wrong. James Madison. James Madison.
Yeah, that's right.
James Madison, and then he became his son, Hamilton. Well, whatever his first name was, because I don't remember.
I don't know his first name either. I just know Hamilton's son.
Hamilton, yeah. I think it was something like Philip. It was Philip.
Ah, you got a good brain. Yeah. But I'm sorry. I don't know. And the audience started getting happy. Was it because it was him when Jefferson came out? Was it because it was the man playing him, or were they clapping for Jefferson?
I don't know. I just like how he used his main characters. Like he had a set for main characters, and whether you play two people or not, you were going to be the main characters regardless. I like that.
I couldn't. Like, you know how much work that has. You see how much we struggle now with just one character.
Right.
Now,
2 characters.
To learn 2 characters? No.
But I mean, I can say that might have been easier for them instead of just learning, because all they had to do was just learn songs. Now, you can memorize a song quicker than you can memorize something else.
True.
That is true, because if I memorize that ... part very quickly.
But the thing is, though, they had to memorize also dance, choreography.
And that's easy. If you know the song and you know what part of the song, you just
No, but it's a different one for a different song.
yeah, it's easy.
It's not easy for me. It's easy for you because you're a dancer.
Exactly.
But could you sing while you're dancing?
No, I can't sing, so I would have just been one of the extra people in the back.
You keep saying that.
Yeah, I'm so serious. I would have been right there. You know how they would do the little pop up every now and then. Yeah, that would have been me, and I would have been straight up talking.
All right, y'all. Thank you all for joining us for The Lamp is On. This was our extra light Hamilton review. We hope you all enjoyed it. If there are more movies that you want us to review, comment them down below and we will check them out and we'll review them for you. And we'll give our honest opinion whether we like it or not.
Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Tag 3 friends, and come back and watch for more because the next episode is going to be amazing as well. You already know that. So we'll see you guys later, and peace out.
You did something. You got us 1 subscriber.
Oh,
Oh,
it probably was me. I had subscribed.
never mind. Get all that out. See, this is why we can't record in the morning.
My brain knows it's Sunday.
What?
If it was my brain knows it's a Sunday. If it would have been like a weekday, I would have been fine. But I'm so sleepy. All right, come on. I can push to 30 minutes. We 30 minutes. I'm trying to go back to sleep in 30 minutes.
Welcome everybody to another episode of The Lamp is On. I am Johnnie Perkins.
And I am Armoni Jones.
Oh my God, I told you what you were supposed to do after you said your name.
Oh.
Gee.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
More on Sunday.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Welcome back to, what is this called again?
The Lamp is On.
No, I know that. The segment. It said, turning the light up, lighten it up, brighten it up. Extra light. There we go. Okay.
Dang, you're frozen. Yeah, you're frozen.
It worked? Okay.
What happened? How you cut me off too?
I don't know.
Is it still recording?
Yes, I see you record at the top.
Oh, you see that? But I want to make sure though.
Just click the button.
What button?
At the top, there should be a recording button. You're not recording anymore. There you go.
Okay.
Now you're recording.
All right, now say what you was about to say.
Thomas Jefferson was the second.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, snap. John Adams. It was John Adams. I'm dumb. Let's cut that part out, okay? Let's just cut that part out.
George